Good luck, my friend.
The hellish,
Good try.
the so-called spectator mode of Overwatch. Well, I have spectated in other FPS games, but Overwatch seems to be one of one game wherein other people are like, oh man, this is like, I can't take this spectate mode. It's kind of difficult. Blizzard still needs to tweak it some more to make it viewer friendly, but we'll see how it pans out later on.
It is a lot different, but I hope you'll be able to get used to it right now. So, anyway, the game is starting, and we have UE-FMH strangely not doing that weird ritual.
Well, I think it's just because, yeah, you can.
They're on the defense, so they have to go out and prepare their defenses.
Yeah.
So I think they will still place themselves near the choke point that we saw earlier. I think it was Impromptu and Avalon one. The first choke, that's going to be where the fight is, and we'll see how both our teams are going to be able to defend that, because earlier we had Avalon 1 managing to not get past the first hurdle. That was Impromptu.
Oh, I thought it was going to be a Hanzo. Sadla. So, we're going to see here Reborn's coming out straight off from the bat, and it's going to be the push onto the payload. Let's see the positioning where the side here of UE-FMH are going to stack themselves up. You can see the payload actually being pushed here by Camu. He's going to be the entry man. And look at this, with the Pharah actually being used by Python, pushing it up. And now it's the side of the UE-FMH on the defense here. They do have, of course, a good setup here. They have the Reinhardt, they have a Wolf on the McCree, as well as Sados, and a secondary healer on the Zenyatta. So it's a two support comp here for the side of UE-FMH. And they have actually stopped, for the meantime, the push here of Impromptu.
So I love how FMH has their Lucio just slightly off the right to be able to cover that alternative route there. Unfortunately, it's not going to be proving to be effective.
Master Reaper here, though.
As
actually going for the backstab. And he gets shut down. And we're back. I mean, we saw there that the Pharah as well as the Genji looking to at least find some angles to get some frags. Maybe, you know, lessen the number here of the opposing team. But then they do have, of course, Zeneri on a Widowmaker. I mean, we don't see Widowmaker too much just because of the nerfs to her, but then she does still have some uses, especially when you do have a Pharah on your opposing team.
And just another trivia, Zeneri is actually one of the really good Widowmaker players, and she's being utilized very well on this map. As we can see, Impromptu is having such a hard time just trying to get... There's the Graviton Surge, but I don't think there's going to be follow-up coming in from Impromptu. They're too far. Tranquility going in for both teams. Transcendence keeping both of them alive, but it's working out for FMH's advantage as the payload is again frozen just before the first checkpoint.
Yeah. So there's like 2 minutes left onto the clock, and still the push from Impromptu is still not proving prominent, as UE-FMH are putting the hammer down, so to speak, against their opponents, and they are just putting the pressure on, non-stop pressure when they do go for the push.
We have Impromptu actually, for the first time I've seen in the tournament, having to actually plan their assaults.
Oh, and a D.Va here. It's my first time seeing a D.Va already. Camu already out. And I hear a Crockett Barrage, but it's getting at least shut down a little bit by the Reinhardt shield. And look at this from the backside. It's gonna be Master Reaper trying to take out the Winston. And he's not gonna be successful in that one. And now Cobalt is the only one left standing here trying to defend against his opponents. He jumps up very high, but he does not have an ultimate to actually prolong his life and make it so that he can extend the possible contest. But it will be actually Impromptu getting the point. 1 minute into the 1 minute left on the clock.
They still have a lot of time actually with 3 minutes, but as we've seen from the defense of UE-FMH, they're going to be having a hard time for this. I don't know where UE-FMH is going to plan on defending this, but I think this is a weird spot for that.
Definitely. And it's going to be a triple. Actually, look at this. A triple tank comp here for UE-FMH. So very unorthodox to see it on a on a defensive comp, even with the Winston actually. So I'm not really not really sure what this is about, but maybe it's just because there's so many high damage threats from Impromptu that they're just begging for, or they're just looking for that. Ouch! They're just looking for that high HP heroes that'll at least be able to tank up, but then Diva Ultimate immediately out there just to catch off people on the roof, and now you can see that Impromptu are on the defense here. Or sorry, UE-FMH on the defense. There's a Primal Rage going in, trying to at least unleash the monkey, but then he actually immediately backs off, goes in again for a second time, dips into the water that is the Impromptu roster, and there's a Transcendence trying to at least give that heal. And oh, what is happening? Double ultimates. Oh, and they line up, but there is no charge. There's Asera pinning down the Diva, going in, does not break the mech of Diva there, and they just get taken down. And it's going to be the push of the payload here being made possible by Impromptu. There was, I did see Zeneri put out a hook, but still not enough.
Those ultimates that they threw out earlier was, well, if not expensive, it did allow Impromptu to finally push out the payload into the second checkpoint, so that was a good investment. Unfortunately for FMH, they are slowly running out of space for this. They have 4 minutes left to defend on the final point in Dorado, so it looks like they're not going to have an easy time of this as we originally thought.
Yeah, Wolf's positioning is going to be very crucial. Like, if he can set up a good Deadeye, now he's 91%, that'll be very useful to have. Another ultimate from the Diva, like, super fast, and then, oh no! Quadra kill there for the side of Impromptu, and they just melt away against UE-FMH. It's a disaster, and that was so fast. Look at this payload freely moving up to the point, and they're not going to be able to get out of that one. Zeneri going in, rushing in with the Tracer, actually contests it, and it's going to be a Rocket Barrage trying to at least push them out. Only gets the kill onto Asera, and if we look at this from a better checkpoint, look at that. They are just trying to push out, going out of this main hallway, and holding on to the knife's edge.
UE-FMH is barely holding on to this, but Impromptu is coming in with a very strong
Primal Rage from Cobalt. He's trying to do the best that he can. Goes out of point. He has to stay on it and contest this for the life of me. They're trying to do it. Pushes out the opposing Winston, but gets back in. There's another Diva ultimate. That'll surely give this for them. But Zeneri clutching, and you actually saw that he actually rewind himself and then dash back in. Good timing from Zeneri, but he is just... Oh no, he gets fragged out. And is that it? Yes, it'll be Impromptu winning the first match against UE.FMH.
Very hot first round right there. We have Impromptu trying to take out FMH as fast as they can, but FMH is just very good with their defense. Unfortunately, it's not going to be enough, and now the pressure is on the FMH's shoulders as they are the ones who's going to be pushing out.
Definitely. Now we'll have to see if Impromptu are just gonna, contest them right off the bat as they come out from the gates and just, dish out all the damage, or will they go in for the traditional Dorado, just wait on that second platform and, have a Reinhardt defend you and then just spam out all of your damage? Maybe that'll be Impromptu's strategy, going for the basic opener, or go for something a little bit unorthodox or more aggressive and then just catch out their opponents. All right. So yes, I will focus more on the first-person perspective. Sorry for that one. Still getting used to the the free cam and the spectator. This is my first time.
That's fine. That's fine. So we'll see what kind of plan UE-FMH is going to have on this attack. It's going to be very interesting. Are they going to adjust to what Impromptu showed with that strong attack? Or are they still going to go with whatever they have? I'm hoping to see both teams adjust to it. Because earlier, we had the other caster, Ark, saying that he wanted to see a Tracer on the tournament. And we finally saw earlier Zeneri going for the Tracer, holding it for the last minute or so.
Yeah, but then it
just wasn't enough. It wasn't too late for them. But hopefully, with knowledge that they have gained from the first round, UE-FMH will do something amazing.
So here comes the push. It's going to be a Genji for the side of UE-FMH. Can he actually go in and be a distraction? He spots out the opposing Pharah there and actually deflects, but then gets deflected by the Diva shield. Now he spots out the D.Va and going in ham on that one. Spots out the Zenyatta. That might be a very important target, but Python on that Pharah just obliterates him with the rockets. Reaper here going to be a very interesting hero to look at, as he is already 50% on his ultimate. It's going to be very good when he reaches that Death Blossom usage and then just lines it up like what Jesse Vash did against Executus.
As we see here, both our teams are finally approaching the first choke point. This is the very crucial choke point that we have on Dorado, as we have Impromptu now trying to get to defend it as long as possible.
Oh, they pinned down the opposing Reinhardt.
We have UE-FMH trying to push it so that they can get over it, and Impromptu failing to keep them in that point.
That's true.
This is going to be a challenge for Impromptu, sadly, because they did not stall the payload in that place.
Nice deflect there by Zenari, but he won't survive. Now we see that Master Reaper spots out their opponents. I mean, his name is Master Reaper, so you'd think that he's a pretty good Reaper player. He goes in with a Death Blossom, but gets obliterated there by Asera. Though not well taken down. Wolf, which is the McCree, very important target, as of course the follow-up from the Gravity Surge will be good with a Deadeye. Now, we do see the vision of, alright, I hear Eugene Oterakere. What's happening? Zenari going in. He has the help. Actually, no, the counter from the D.Va ultimate. He has to go in from the sides for a second there. But here it goes. Sees the Python on that Pharah and tries to snipe him down. Pharah trying to do the best he can to actually dodge away. But that won't be possible, as Zenari, pretty lock on target. Now spots out the two support players. He's going in. Goes for the second. Here's the Graviton Surge, and they are just pinned down, and Zenyatta not gonna live for a second any longer. But Master Reaper is staking to that payload as much as he can, but it won't be happening. And it looks like it's gonna be, oh wait, not that one. Gonna be the payload here, delivered 1 minute and 40 seconds on that clock.
Alright, pretty devastating ultimate there by Zenari, taking out the rest of the enemy team and finally getting his payload into the second checkpoint. It looks like, again, as I've said earlier, Impromptu is going to have a hard time trying to get this thing out. UE-FMH finally looks like they've adjusted to what they saw earlier, and they're adapting very well to it.
Definitely. And Zenari, a really good tool to actually do that. You saw how effective he was on that Genji, finding the two support players just out of position, and then just, you know, gets them easy peasy. Now we see Winston, after Winston going in, and no ultimates just yet for the side here of Impromptu. He tries to go in. Actually, I can hear another Dragon Strike here, or Dragon Blade being activated by Zenari. It looks to clean up. Oh no, he's actually on Wraith form. Can he go in and gets him on the last second of the tick of his own ultimate? Gets taken out by Camus, but it was enough.
Although I think he made a mistake there chasing out Reaper. He could have gone for the Zarya Zenyatta upstairs, but it was a fine adjustment anyway.
Yeah, right click of Camus there, able to get out the opposing Zarya from the other team. Now I think that the side here of UE-FMH have to at least, you know, create their composure or gain their composure again and then push as a unit. Zenari here dropping the Genji. He now actually feels much more comfortable to go on onto this road. I think it is kind of good because if you are enough to get the hook in, it is much more effective because the Genji keeps getting picked off.
I love how he's playing safe right now, waiting for the rest of his team to come back, because it's not really a good idea to push in right that. He's just gonna get taken out. And they have plenty of time to try and push it out. They have 3 minutes, maybe the overtime. So they're sitting pretty comfortably, and they're not going to be able to suddenly go out on a blaze of glory like this. But it looks like ultimates are coming out from both teams. There's going to be a good engagement. Master Reaper trying to find out a good position. Let's see if he can do some damage, but it looks like he has to reposition himself.
Reborn's here, has his ultimate up. He has it. Will he use it though? I don't think he has to. He's trying to zap out Zenari here. He's going in behind the back, and there's the Primal Rage. I knew it. He was looking for that angle right there. Graviton Surge from the side of UE-FMH, but Reborns is trying to keep his team alive with this Primal Rage, and what a good timing of that ultimate, just keeping his teammates alive. Master Reaper has his own ultimate, and Death Blossom is ready. He goes in! Oh, Graviton Surge! Oh, the tyranny! He goes in ham, but the Zenyatta actually countering out with his own regeneration. Master Reaper, such a good ultimate there, but wow, UE-FMH counters with their own set of ultimates, and now they have gotten on that second point.
The final payload checkpoint is up. Yeah, 3 minutes and 4 minutes left in the clock, and it looks like Impromptu they might lose, man.
Yeah, so
if this goes on, they might actually lose this round.
could be, but of course you still have to give him UE-FMH. Well, yeah, Impromptu still can't lose this. There's 3 minutes left in the clock. That's not a lot of time. I believe keep saying so close, but yet so far. This is the final push from the Dorado map. This is where all hell breaks loose. And there you go.
And as I've said earlier, they still have their time. They have a cushion of 3 minutes on the clock. They don't need to do anything crazy. Maybe just build out their ultimate. Speaking of which, coming out so soon, Graviton surges from both teams. There's the ultimate.
No, Reaper again.
2 kills. Not bad, but he gets taken out by Zeneri.
Good mindset there from Zeneri to see the Reaper. Actually, of course, we already know this, that if you do a Death Blossom and a timely hook can actually stop that in its tracks.
That is correct. Maybe the only reason it wasn't done because maybe his hook was on cooldown.
Could be as well, or Zeneri was out of position.
Yeah.
So again, we see that the UE-FMH squad on the push here. They don't have any ultimates up just yet, so this is kind of maybe a push to just get their cooldowns back up.
And it looks like
I can hear Justice Rames from above.
Looks like UE-FMH is slowly getting near on that point. They still have 2 minutes on the clock, plenty of time, and Impromptu is slowly getting pressured into doing crazy stuff just to be able to defend this. 2 minutes is more than enough time to get that payload over there.
Definitely, but of course there is that point wherein Impromptu are hanging on and just being a bother. Python actually just looking at Asurai, and Asurai not knowing Python has been hitting him from the, I don't know, for like the umpteenth time. Here comes the Reaper again. And oh no, Zeneri headshots. Looks at the Zenyatta.
Into the iris.
This is into the iris. And oh!
Wait, I have
What was
to
that?
confirm something. I
don't
think
know. I don't know what's happening now.
Alright, so let me confirm something with the admin. Hang on just a bit.
That which doesn't kill you
Admin,
makes
can we get the admin here? Are we playing stopwatch? Because if we are using stopwatch rules, they already won. We have Impromptu finally winning.
Oh, but I thought we were gonna.
No, we have to
Okay.
clear this up first.
Oh, I see. Because it bypassed the time where Impromptu should have
yeah.
won. Okay, I see.
The time it took was too long. So if that was the case,
So what does this mean?
all right, we'll have the admin clear this up in just a moment. Okay, we've got word from the admin. Looks like we were gonna judge this by stopwatch, so both attack teams were tied, and it looks like Impromptu does manage to take the win due to having delayed UE-FMH just enough to take the victory. So congratulations on taking the first map, Impromptu. We will be moving on to the second map in just a moment. Give us just 1 minute, guys.
There, I'm just confirming to the players about how Impromptu won against UE.FMH. So the next map, I believe, will be King's Row.
Yes,
A
indeed.
map hybrid.
A hybrid map. Let's see what kind of strategies both our teams will be pulling out the next game, because King's Row is an interesting one in terms of gameplay, because first you have to capture the point and then you have to push the payload.
Yeah, and of course that I believe like King's Row can actually be my Hate That I Love You So map, just because like when you're on the attacking team, it's kind of a hassle to push, or not really a hassle, like a very high wall to push through that
Yeah,
first
that is
point.
true. I do love playing defense in King Show, just to be fair. Because as you said, if you're the attacking team, you are, well, I wouldn't say it's a disadvantage, but you're gonna have to work hard for it.
Yeah, it's the hardest point to push, and then after that, it's still like difficult depending on your opponent. But then, in terms of like avenues where you can push and then where you can defend from, I believe the first point is the most difficult, just because concentrated fire is always a possibility on the middle area, and then when you have actually maybe a Mei just putting out ice walls, that's such an annoying trick.
That is true.
It's blocking your pathway, and then when you try to go in onto the right side, it's just a close corners fight that a focus fire from like what Junkrat is just deals so much damage.
Hopefully, we'll be able to see a Junkrat in this game, depending, of course, on the teams. But of course, again, we have UE-FMH. Just to confirm, they are actually switched sides, so it's going to be Impromptu on the blue team and UE-FMH on the red team.
Yeah, so let's have a roster call here, or roll call for our players. So for the side here of Impromptu, that's going to be the blue team. We have Gia on the Lucio, Reborns on the Reinhardt, Camus on that Diva, Python shall be playing the McCree. Or actually, what? He switches to the Pharah, Master Reaper on the Reaper once more, and Sad Cats on that Zenyatta. For the side here of UE-FMH.
Looks like one of our players seems having
I thought I
some
pressed the
technical
button
difficulty.
there.
Yeah. No, don't worry. It's supposed to be the moderator who does that, and we have Sad Cats and the rest of Impromptu trying to get this thing out. So don't worry, guys. We'll just have both our players get ready.
Yes. So again, what you're watching, if you are just tuning in, this is the ESL Community Cup for Overwatch. We are now on our semi-finals bracket. It's the match, or the second map here. Game 2 or round 2 between Impromptu and UE Fan the Hammer. FMH does stand for Fan the Hammer, guys, just so that you know. If their main team is Sea Lions, they're from Singapore.
Yeah.
Okay.
Both teams are from Singapore.
I'm just, speculating. Because not all of these teams, well, I am Filipino, so I thought like majority of these teams could be Pinoy.
Well, we do have some Filipino teams, but right, like Anbu, which we hopefully will be seeing on the finals.
Yeah.
But right now, it looks like
Filipino
Singaporeans are dominating the bracket. So we can't really do anything about that. Maybe have more Filipino teams play on the tournament. So if you're a Filipino and you're playing Overwatch, go find a team and hopefully see you on the tournament.
Definitely. So let's finish the roll call. Here on the red side, we have UE.FMH. It's going to be Cobalt, Sados, Bepen, Wolf, Zenari, Acera with the Diva, Lucio, Zenyatta, McCree, Roadhog, and Reinhardt. Here for the side of Impromptu, that's going to be on the blue team. They're actually switching it up. I don't know if this is going to be like the legit comp that they're going to use, but Camus, Gia, Sad Cats, Reborns, Python, and Master Reaper. We have the Zarya, we have the Lucio, the Zenyatta, the Reinhardt, the Pharah, and of course, Master Reaper. There's no more...
no more question.
No more question. It's going to be a Reaper.
Yeah, indeed. So UE-FMH preparing for the attack while Impromptu.
So this is what I'm talking about.
For the defense,
This avenue right here.
That wall there. See that small spot there. There's a lot of things that you can do to defend out. First of all, obviously we have Mei who can block that off. We can also put a turret there if we finally maybe see a builder, because I haven't seen one this tournament.
Yeah.
Personally, I'm a Symmetra main, or I used to be, and I'd love to see one, but both our teams, haven't seen the use for a builder.
Well, to their defense, builders can get very heavily overwhelmed. I think now I can see it. Just because there's so many fast compositions that you have with the Lucio and then just rushing in. Build comps like a Symmetra and a Torbjorn might not work anymore.
Well, it's arguably.
Yeah, I mean, I'm saying that's what I saw.
Well, I don't know. We'll talk about that later. But for now, the game has begun. We have Master Reaper going into the hotel, trying to take out Zeneri, but does manage to do that. Almost thought that he would die. Wow, very fast charge there with the ultimate.
Oh, wow. And Master Reaper
living up to his name, man.
Yeah, skinning alive his opponents with the Hellfire shotguns.
My ultimate is charged.
Impromptu having their point really safe at this moment, but Impromptu has other ideas. Let's see if they will be successful. Sad Cats trying to take out.
Oh, Cobalt was actually behind his comp, and now he's pinning down the Zenyatta. Oh, I can hear a Graviton Surge. Oh, what's happening? Alright. It's too cluttered to actually go for first person for now, so I'll go for a free cam. And Asera getting pushed out, and the laser of Camu fully charged and primed, able to kill his opponents. So what I thought would happen there was in this Alderworth Hotel room, it was a Graviton Surge and every single member of UE-FMH was just pinned down.
Alright, so again, we have Impromptu having a very solid defense. There's still 2 minutes on the clock for UE-FMH to try and defeat this, but right now it doesn't look like they're having much of a great time in trying to break down this first point on King's Row.
Ultimate is up, he's trying to get back his health and gonna go wrap around again here as they try to bait in UE-FMH on, and this is it.
Oh, nice transcend there. He does manage to cancel out.
Oh, he's trying to cancel out.
The dead eye there getting cancelled. Nice shields for UE-FMH.
And stuns down Master Reaper. Wolf doing it for his team. Graviton Surge just to boot to defend against UE-FMH, but UE-FMH have control of the site now. But both healers are trying to delay as much as possible. Camu, the only front line, actually getting taken down now by Zenari. Zenari with a double kill against Mad Cats. And Gia on the retreat here. He's just going to have to forfeit the site. And that'll be UE-FMH taking the first point. Now they have around 4 minutes and 30 seconds left onto the clock. And Cobalt, or Colbat, has shifted to the Reaper and has a Death Blossom primed and ready to reap his opponents.
Very well done there by UE-FMH, taking out the first point, and now they have the payload trying to go forward and take this with only 4 minutes on the clock. We have Impromptu seriously preparing their defenses pretty deep in the line there. You'd think that they'll have a point ready, but I don't know, it's too far. It's too far to the first checkpoint.
We'll just see.
Are they willingly giving out their first checkpoint like this? But Master Reaper looks like has a good idea there, waiting for them to go out into this checkpoint.
Oh!
Will it be enough though?
Farah gets taken down. I think it's alright just because they're waiting for this specific angle. Oh! Reaper goes in but gets immediately shut down by Reborns. That shield, I think, absorbed a lot of the damage from the Death Blossom.
Alright, we have Impromptu doing not the best in defense, and finally UE-FMH reaching the first point. This is gonna be it. They have 5 minutes and 30 seconds on the clock to try and put this out. And now Impromptu is on the back line. They're the ones who needs to do well and try to defend this.
Damn it! El Presidente is here, boys. And there you go. This is it, boys. El Presidente, the Bastion, pushing in and just pushing out Impromptu. They really have to at least try to counter it out. But what can they do? Python is on the upside here. He's waiting for a good ultimate on that Dragon Barrage. He's waiting. He hears the High Noon. He sets it up. Goes in with just the auto attacks from the rockets.
I love how he waited.
Oh,
there's the Graviton Surge!
That could be it!
But he gets taken down! No kills!
They're so low in HP though, this could be what they're looking for! Master Reaper goes in and cleans up house! Cobalt, the only one, or Colbat, the only one left standing here. Doesn't have any more of that Wraith form, as well as an ultimate to boot to actually maybe counter-wipe their opponents. But still,
Still 4 minutes on the clock. Impromptu did a really good defense there, but
the discipline from Impromptu.
They're buying a lot of time for UE-FMH to start to panic. But right now, it's still 4 minutes on the clock. They can still take it easy, maybe push the payload a little bit back and get themselves stuck in a small cramped space like that right now.
Zenari dropping down immediately the Bastion. I mean, the El Presidente not gonna work too much, but here comes Master Reaper. Gets in one, gets in two, and he is just pushing back this attack from FMH. He goes in for the triple kill, looks in for that quadra, but it's gonna be Reborns with his own 2 frags, and that is a team wipe that they did against FMH. What a play from the side here of Impromptu. They're clutching it, and Master Reaper looked like he wanted to actually change heroes, but decided to say no.
You know, one of the unnoticed stuff that I see here is that Master Reaper did a really good job ulting there, but also Sad Cats with his support debuffs enabled Master Reaper to do those kills actually.
Definitely. Camo has an ultimate here. He can set up for a pretty sweet Graviton Surge. I mean, they're lining it up all for him, and callback again on a Ziva. She doesn't have the ultimate yet, so that suicide or that there it is, there it is. They're using it. I can hear the High Noon being used.
But the nice transcend there, preventing them from being killed. Good job for UE-FMH, keeping the push alive. 2 minutes in the clock. Will they be able to get this out? We have Impromptu still alive and putting up a valiant defense, but the payload is getting so near to the end.
I can hear the dragon becomes me, and it's gonna be Master Reaper again, but oh!
Is it gonna be enough though? We have 3 members from Impromptu holding out because of the Diva explosion, managed to take most of them, but it looks like the Zenyatta, Sad Cats, did a really nice kill there.
Yeah, contesting the point, and now slowly but surely they are at least pushing back this payload.
Another push coming out for UE-FMH. A minute and 50 seconds left on the clock. Their padded time is out. They're running out of space there, and Impromptu is doing very well in defending this point. Even if the payload is so near, they managed to push it back.
But you gotta be aware, Asurai has his ultimate. Earth Shatter being used! Gets the kill onto Master Reaper. That is a very crucial target here for their own team to actually finish this one. And there's the justice that rains from above. Python very low in HP, but he is keeping himself alive. Pushes Zenari over the bridge or over that infinite abyss, and he'll get taken down. Zenari does get the kill onto Python, but still keeping alive. That'll be Impromptu. 1 minute left on the clock. Bepen has the sound barrier, as well as Wolf on that Deadeye. And Cobalt, if he can stack up and get that ultimate of his, it could be a devastating combo that they are just looking to synergize up here.
47 seconds left on the clock. UE-FMH slowly losing their time and their chance to avenge their Sea Lion counterparts in this game. Impromptu looks like they're going to be advancing in just a bit, but
Graviton Surge is up once more. One setup could be dangerous. Master Reaper is just in the back line, holding out, waiting. His blade is sheeted, but one last push. 15 seconds. This is it. Make or break. Can they push it? Can they win and make this at least a 1-for-1 to get onto that third map? They're pushing all the best that they can. They actually get the kill, and there's a Graviton Surge. Oh no! Will they push it over the wall? No! They cannot drop over.
They're so close. Both teams fighting neck and neck on this point.
I can hear it. There it is. Master Reaper going in. He made such an impact. Gets the kill. Goes in for the Zenyatta. Has the help from Python there with the Rocket Barrage. There's the Tranquility from the Zenyatta. And they're trying to keep themselves alive for the longest time. Salos jumping up and down. There's a counter of the Graviton Surge from the Asurai. But it's only left to Zenari here. But were they able to push it out? I did not know. I couldn't see what happened.
Score 0-2.
No.
Switching sides.
So it was only a...
No, we're done. It looks like we have UE-FMH. Well, they're defeated, man, I think.
no,
if I'm not mistaken.
it's still the first half. I don't know what happened. They're still saying good half on the chat.
All right. So just to be sure, we have UE-FMH ahead, 2 points in this game versus 0. So let's see what kind of push the rest of Impromptu will be able to do this, because they have to get this point or they will drop out of this tournament.
Yeah. So Impromptu are looking for 3 points on their push for sure. Yeah.
At least 2 points to tie it up, but if they want to have their chance, they need that 3rd point.
Yeah.
I will make my country proud.
Master Reaper on a Widowmaker. Actually, I kind of agree with this one. just because there's an angle with a Widowmaker here on King's Row that you can peek from that area right there where she's looking at. Because most snipers actually position themselves here, and then that's at like a headshot point at this area right here. And then, of course, people here get spotted out, as well as here. We'll just have to see how he will actually use this Widowmaker to full effect. But then, before the nerf onto the Widowmaker, she was actually a very viable offensive hero, especially on King's Row, just because you can reposition with the... actually, never mind. He went back to a Genji. I was about to say, you know, much more insight, but, you know, never mind. It's alright. Just kidding, just kidding. Alright, let's start the push. It's gonna be Impromptu on the attacking team. And here they go.
UE-FMH preparing their defenses, and I'm not sure. They're not really positioned in the best ways possible. But it looks like Impromptu is taking advantage of that pretty effectively.
Oh, nice stun by Wolf there. Supporting Zenari just to pin down that Winston. Gia, Sad Cats. It's again Zenari going ham onto the supports. One more hit. Might have taken down the Lucio, but he spots out Camu. Now he's trying to take down this annoying Zarya. They push him out just a little bit. Although 1/3 of that push on the A site has been at least been completed by Impromptu. Or sorry, by UE-FMH.
Alright, so it looks like UE-FMH still, you know, keeping well, while Impromptu is slowly regrouping.
They don't have their ultimates just yet, except for Master Reaper. But Master Reaper is a really fast... he can get his stacks really fast on that ultimate of his. It's ready. He's looking for it. He deflects first. He sees all the members of FMH, and he has to back off just a little bit.
Very tempting, but very dangerous as well, because
Counter
the shields
sound
are
barrier.
up.
Here's the push from UE-FMH.
Both teams being very, very careful, even though there's a lot of time on this clock. They can't be very careless.
Sees Master Reaper. Master Reaper has his ultimate, uses it with a Graviton Surge.
But Transcend from the other team managing to deflect his attempts for a double kill. But it does manage to do some damage
his
as
own
well.
ultimate. Actually doesn't make too much out of that one in Impromptu, unless Python can actually stick to this site. Or rather, unless UE-FMH can stick to the site, it's gonna be Impromptu getting that first point very quickly.
Alright, plenty of time for Impromptu to push this out. 4 minutes and 30 seconds on the clock. And UE-FMH is the one on the other side right now. They're the ones who's going to be pressured for this. Hopefully, they'll do a lot better in this defense.
Definitely. Zenari actually shifting up to a Mei. I think this is the first Mei I've seen in a while. So Ice Wall gonna be a very effective thing, but oh, hold that thought. Here comes the Graviton Surge. But Ice Wall actually defending the most of his team, minimizing the damage output of that Graviton Surge. Good job from Zenari there. Zenari, I have to say, is a really, really good player. Probably the best player here from the side of UE-FMH. And there's the Graviton, the Rocket Barrage by Python. Gets the kill on the Sados. Pretty important there, as one healer has been taken down. Hovering over, looking at Acera as well as Zenari here. But Zenari, oh, saves himself with the concussive blast. So good mindset there by Python, not to go a bit too over aggressive. And here comes Master Reaper again on this Genji. They're trying to push slowly but surely here. And they get the second point immediately, and 5 minutes and 30 seconds left on the clock. And Reborn's shifting actually to a Tracer.
Interesting.
Or no, never mind. He was with a D.Va. Maybe a misclick.
Alright, so again, plenty of time for Impromptu. They still have their spot, so even if they get team killed by UE-FMH, they will be able to get back on this game easily. But it looks like that's not happening right now, as UE-FMH is scrambling to get their defense up together. The payload is slowly getting closer and closer to the end.
Fire at will, as well as the Zenari ultimate. Actually, that was a counter to the Graviton Surge. And now it's ultimate after ultimate. I'm stuck on the ice wall. And here's the push by Impromptu. Oh no, they can't stick to it too long.
It's too late.
No! And that'll be Impromptu winning out against UE-FMH.
A clean victory. And it looks like UE-FMH is not going to be able to, well, avenge their main team.
Yeah, look at this. Master Reaper. What is this? What play is this? Oh yeah, this is it. That's so good. Deleting all the supports and then just, you know, bottling or choking his opponents for any form of sustainability or survivability there. And Master Reaper definitely a strong showing on that Genji.
Very well played for both our teams. But it looks like Impromptu is going to be advancing. And hopefully we will see UE-FMH on the next tournament. Thank you for joining the Overwatch Community Cup.
Yeah, kudos to you guys. What a good game that was, definitely in my eyes. But Impromptu looking very strong, looking to get that game 3 this week 3 cup into their hands.
That is true. So Impromptu will again defend their title later on. So